My loves, I haven't been in here in so long. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. And before I dive into today's discussion, which is what's real and what matters, I'm going to wait for a few more of you to pop in and let me know that you can hear me. We're going to talk about shit that's been going down. We're going to talk about real life. We're going to talk about how real life impacts business, even when you don't want it to, and how that's a fucking great thing because it keeps you grounded and centered. We're going to talk about the 4 stages that every entrepreneur goes through. We're going to talk about reality, what that looks like, and the shit that you need to be paying attention to rather than in shiny object syndrome or what everybody else around you tells you should be doing as an entrepreneur. But first, somebody tell me if I have volume this time, because the last time I did a live stream, there were some difficulties. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up or something. That would be very helpful. Yeah, I'm in my bathrobe, right? Because I'm practicing what I preach. We're totally about self-care today. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Whitney, do you have volume on that end? Let me know if you can hear me. Yay, you can hear me. Okay, good. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today because I have so much to catch up on. I haven't done a live stream in here in a couple of weeks. Hey, Becca. First and foremost, I am totally in my bathrobe practicing radical self-care. Isn't it a pretty pink? Yesterday, very suddenly, I lost my 13-year-old German Shepherd, which basically buried me for the day and well into the night and again today. But you know, I'm seeing clients, I'm hanging in there, and everything happens for a reason. So I was supposed to be live streaming all weekend because I had a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about, but she got sick and then we ended up losing her. So that's where I have been, and that is why I am in my bathrobe with no makeup on. But I figured, hey, this is the shit that happens when, you know, you want to go and take care of business. Reality takes its place. Business shows up, and sometimes it just has to go on the back burner because other things are just fucking more important. Thank you, Whitney. It was really crappy. She was a good girl. So what's real? What matters? You get to decide. And I know I say this a lot, but the point was driven home to me yet again yesterday. It was, Becca. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. The point was driven home to me yesterday. You know, in the morning, I was really itching to do a live stream, and she was on a little dog bed on the floor, and I thought, well, maybe I can just grab the camera and we'll just jam this out. And I thought, you know what, that's really disingenuous because I'm not in a really great place. I didn't really feel like smiling. She wasn't feeling very well, and that made me sad. And so how could I possibly pop on here, get other people excited about doing business and, you know, and working with me? It just didn't feel good. And so that brought me to this point, which was, I really do want to do a live stream today. I really do want to talk about, you know, real life and the shit that matters, and how sometimes we think real life gets in the way of business, but it's all divinely timed. And I'm sitting here and I'm in my bathrobe and I thought, shit, should I really get on there in my bathrobe? And I'm like, but that's what matters, right? So fuck it, here I am. I did manage to brush my hair though. Aren't you impressed? Thank you, Amy. Hey, Stacy. So what are we talking about? We have such well-intended plans every day, right? We've got this list of to-dos, or maybe you've got a bunch of stuff on your calendar, and life happens. Could be kids, could be animals, could be some other emergency. It could be that you get the flu. Whatever the fuck it is, women in particular tend to spend an inordinate amount of time then beating the shit out of themselves for not completing the to-do list or the calendar items. And I think that that's totally incongruent and not beneficial to helping you do whatever it is that you need to get done. Because if you're beating on yourself, you're pushing yourself down. That's not energizing, that's not empowering, that's not anything that's going to be encouraging to you as a human being to feel better and get things done. So here's my tip for today, and then I'm going to talk about this other 4-step thing. My tip for today is to please, 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 please pay attention to how you feel. Don't dismiss it. Don't feel like you need to push through or toughen up or, I don't know, any other catchphrase that you can think of right now. Listen to your fucking body, pay attention to your thoughts and feelings, and nurture yourself. That, in and of itself, is probably the best thing that you could do, not just for you, but for your business. Because as an entrepreneur, you are the face of your business. So yeah, yesterday I really did want to do that live stream, but my poor dog is on the floor beside me and I know she's dying and I can't fake that energy and mojo. And I really wasn't down with getting on here to do a live stream and then bawling my eyes out. That wouldn't have been very smart. So, oh, Nisha, I lost my 13-year-old dog yesterday, which really sucked. And most of you, or many of you, know that I have many dogs, many German Shepherds, and you might think that this gets easier. It doesn't. It actually gets harder because you know what to expect, and it sucks. Hey, Jess, how you doing? So anyway, life happens. You can't get to the to-do list. You can't get to the calendar. Whatever it is that's going on with you, it's good. It's okay. It's what needed to happen. I'm always quoting the late, great John Lennon, right? What does he say? There's nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. There's nothing you can do that you're not supposed to be doing. So if something happens and you can't get to the quote-unquote plans, give yourself permission to let it go and take care of what needs to be taken care of. That and a little understanding and self-care is going to get you further faster than anything else. If I had, thank you, Alicia, if I had pushed through yesterday, and I totally could have. I could have put my game face on when I came home from the vet and taken care of what needed to be taken care of. I would not be having this conversation with you today, because eventually your feelings come back to the surface to haunt you. They only want to be felt, but if you just feel them and release them, or take care of what needs to be taken care of, then it's done and gone. If you're letting it fester, it's like a fucking infection. It'll take over your life. Don't do that. Take care of yourself. Okay? Take care of yourself. That's a biggie. All right, now, the whole point of this live stream was, I've been trying to get on here since Friday when all this started happening. There are these 4 stages, what I call 4 stages, that most women entrepreneurs go through. I would argue all of them, but somebody out there will tell me I'm wrong, so I'm just going to say most. And I broke them down pretty specifically for one of my clients not long ago, and she freaked out and was like, you have to do a live stream on this, you have to talk about this because it just makes it so much more clear and understandable as you're going through the journey. Oh, Nisha, I'm so sorry. Oh, but you like my robe, thank you. It sucks when, it sucks, it just sucks. I'm very, very, very sorry to hear that. Okay, so let's talk about these stages. Let's talk about the shit that goes down mindset-wise first. And then I'll talk a little bit about how to deal with that stuff. Becca says, the less forgiving I am with myself, the more life shit seems to happen. You know it, because the environment, the universe is telling you to stop. Life forces you to feel and be with the important things, understanding and self-care. Amen. Hey, Pollyanna, how are you? That kind of stuff, Becca, gets you further faster than anything else. I always believe that when outside circumstances are making me stop or pause, it's because I need to notice something going on around me or in me that is an integral part of the journey that I'm going through. There's something I'm missing, and so the dude is going to make me slow down and pay attention till I catch it. That's it, right? You guys like that? Okay, so 4 stages. I'm going to jam through these pretty quickly. This is the quick and dirty version. Most people at the very beginning of their journey pop in and they don't know what to do, but they're unhappy, right? They're just unhappy. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a business. It could be, I don't know, it could be anything. But some aspect of their life is causing them distress or making them unhappy. Stage 1. Stage 2. They become aware that it's possible to change their lives. It could be creating a new business. It could be getting a new job. It could be getting a new relationship. It could be working closely with their partner on their current relationship. Whatever it is, it's sort of like a mind expansion. They become aware that there are possibilities out there that they weren't aware of before. Vanessa, it's good to let it go. Cry if you need to, yell if you need to. Allow yourself that short period of time to do what you feel and then let it go. Amen, babe. I came home yesterday, went to bed, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and slept straight through until almost 10 this morning. There you have it. So they don't know what to do, but they're unhappy. They come into this space and they become aware of possibilities. Expansion. They see other people around them that perhaps have something that they want, but they didn't know it was possible for them. They just start becoming aware of possibilities. That's the bottom line. Step 3, they begin to believe that it could happen for them. Okay? That quote, and I forget who the author is. If somebody knows, you can post it in the comments for me. What can happen for one can happen for all. If she did it, you can do it. If he did it, I can do it. This is when you start to think, not only is it possible, but just maybe this could happen for me. I could have that relationship that I really desire that's, got a lot of intimacy and affection. I could have that business that's, thriving 6 and 7 figures and makes me feel good every day. I don't have to go to a shitty job anymore. I can have whatever the fuck it is, the new car, the house, whatever. So we go from unhappiness to becoming aware of possibilities to then believing that, hey, shit, this could happen for me. I could do this. Why the fuck not? Right? Which is a beautiful thing. Most of my clients are right there. They are at step 3. And what they are trying to do is get to what I call step 4. And this is the key. Step 4 is when you not only believe that it can happen for you, you fucking expect it to happen for you. You get to the point where you understand that the universe doesn't play favorites. You process that you don't have to do specific things or be a very special good girl or any of the other crap that you may have been told as a kid. If you're breathing, you are deserving. Therefore, you expect good things to happen to you all the time. And so my function, exactly, Andrea, you can have whatever you choose. My function, primarily as a coach, is to help my clients get from step 3 to step 4. Believing it can happen to them to expecting it can happen for them. And it can be difficult at times because it's really just a big mind fuck, right? If you think about it, your reality at the time when you're believing is almost always the polar opposite of what you want. So how do you then switch from believing to expecting? You make the decision very simply and succinctly that you're not available for anything else. That's it. And that doesn't mean that opportunities that are less than ideal won't show up. It just means that you're resolute and firm in what you're willing to accept and what you aren't. If you are expecting X, Y, and Z, then you don't accept anything except X, Y, and Z. Becca Fox, the sun just came out and started shining all over my desk when you got to step 4. Hey, I like that. I like that a lot. Anne Sophie, yes, Becky is to bomb, filled with love and skills in all areas needed to move forward. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, tests, quote unquote, are going to show up. Opportunities that are less than ideal or clients that are less than ideal will show up. And it's your responsibility to say no because you are expecting something different, something at a higher level, something that you've envisioned in your mind as the ideal. And if you're only willing to accept that one thing, it's going to come to you a hell of a lot faster. There's nothing to get emotional about, right? You don't have to get mad. Oh, I'm so sick of these less than ideal clients, or I'm so sick of not making any money. That's not going to help. Getting mad is just going to lower your vibe. You're just not available for that. You're only available for what it is that you're after. You have a consummate and undying belief that you not only fucking deserve it, and you're worthy of it, but that it is in fact coming to you right now, even while I'm having this one-sided conversation. Does this make sense? You guys got it? So I'm going to run through them really, really quickly once more. I don't know what to do. I'm unhappy. It's possible things can change. Things can be different. I believe it can happen to me. I expect it to happen to me. Andrea, expect it. You know it. You make the decision. It is always a decision. I talk about radical responsibility. And what that means, in essence, is everything that's going on around you is within your control. Just because somebody's hating or being negative or in a bad mood or whatever it is that's going on in your environment doesn't mean you have to respond in a particular way or let your day be ruined, right? You're in control of how you feel and what you think. You're also in control of where you are. You can fucking leave the room. So it's the same principle. We don't have to get upset. We don't have to react in a negative way or get angry or anxious or when's it going to come or any of that stuff. We can just know deep within our core that that shit is on its way. We are ready to receive it, and that's that. Make yourself unavailable for everything else. Yeah, Becca, exactly. The other analogy that I use all the time, and many of you may have heard me talk about before, you put your order into the universe, and many people make the mistake of walking around going, when's it going to come? When's it going to come? When's it going to come? They're looking for signs everywhere. Well, why don't you try this? When you call Domino's and they say your pizza will be there in 30 minutes, you don't call Domino's back every 5 minutes and say, is it on its way? Is it on its way? Is it on its way? You just accept and trust that it's going to be there. It's the same when you're putting your order in with the universe. Set it and forget it. You got to know it's coming, and you've got to leave the timing up to something, you know, that power that's greater than you, whatever that is for your belief system. And that's it. I mean, these are really simple concepts. They are not easy to digest all the time. They are not easy to implement all the time, but they are very simple. And if you want to talk more about that, message me. I love these conversations. Also, while I'm here, in my pink bathrobe, don't you love that? I've got a new program out. It's a 6-week one-on-one, and I'm running this a little bit differently than I ever have before. I have a 10-month program where I let my people in, and they basically have access to me unlimited 24/7. Message me at 10:30 at night, whatever. If I'm up, I'm going to chat. They get access to everything I create. They get access to everything I teach. They get access to all my retreats. These are my one-on-one people right there. That's big. I'm going to do this 6-week program in a similar fashion. I'm not going to hand out access to everything I've ever created, but I am going to hand out access to me in an unlimited fashion, meaning your calls aren't restricted, your emails aren't restricted. You can text me, you can message me on Facebook. My unabashed goal in that 6-week program is tell me what you want to do, and we're going to fucking do it. And whatever I need to do to get you there is what's going to happen. So I'm pretty excited about that. Some things that people like to do. Grow their list by a few hundred people. Create a new funnel that actually makes them money with tripwires and upsells that are effective. Sometimes people get very tangled up about those. Figure out how to grow a Facebook group. Get clarity on your message. Stop tripping up over the labels that you use and just tell people what the fuck you do. This happens to be my zone of genius, by the way. Showing up on Facebook in a consistent fashion, hammering home a clear message, will make you more money than anything else you could ever do. Fuck the website. Forget the fancy promo images and all that other stuff. If you are on here every day talking to your people about things that matter to you and that matter to them, that you know matter to them, and offering a solution, you're going to make money. That's an inevitable. It's not a question of what if or when. It's a matter of it's happening. It's happening now. So those are some of the things that we can work on together. If you are interested in this, I'm going to post the info in the comments after. You can message me here on Facebook, or you can email me, and that is becky@RebeccaTDickson.com, Dickson. And that's about it. I'm going to hang out in my bathrobe for the rest of the day and nurture the shit out of myself. I will jam on some more stuff to come back and live stream on later this week. If you have special requests, if you'd like to know something, or if you need a hand with something, please leave it in the comments. I come back and read them all. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, and I hope that you have a fabulous day. Bye.